is school on Thursday, the 3rd of January 2022. I'm going to be speaking while playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I'll do a middle review of later. Why has this shut down? Oh, never mind, it hasn't. Anyway. So, I'm really planning these videos out. Right, so we'll have an assembly first thing, and in it, they got everyone in my foreign class to confiscate their iPads because of Boom Bam on Google Classroom yesterday. So, to that person, and I mean, everyone knows that it's, or everyone assumes that it's this guy. I'm just gonna give him, if I don't need to give him a fake name, I'm just gonna call him Boom Bam. But I think we all think it's the guy that DM'd me going, haha, Indian man smelly. Anyway. So, because of him, all of us had our iPads confiscated. So to that guy, screw you. You are perverting the course of education. And that's not even an exaggeration. That is the truth. But whatever. I decided that since they were inevitably gonna, force me into a room and go, why do you have, this comic? That's quite inappropriate. For an example, volume 1 of Spider-Woman, the cover, she is pregnant. I don't know why she's pregnant because I haven't read it yet. So there's no point in anyone asking me why, but I know that they would anyway. So I was like, I'm gonna go up to him and say, right, you're gonna pull me into the room and put me in trouble and all that, so I might as well get out of the way. This and that. So I spent most of the day reading my physical book. Yeah. I think that's it, actually. Actually, at the end of the day, I forget what, they give us cups because, not disposable cups, but your disposable cups might have coronavirus. Whatever. Middle review, Spider-Man Miles Morales. I was gonna wait a little longer to do this because I've only played 8 main missions, but my, the map says that I have 51% overall progress. So, it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It feels a little empty though. It feels more like a DLC than a full game, despite the fact that there was a 2-year difference between Spider-Man PS4 and this. Like if this was released not long after Spider-Man, that I'd understand. It'd be just sort of like if it's First Light, but it's not. But anyway, it is fantastic. And that's really all I have to say about it. New series. This is copyright as of 12 to 5 p.m. I got a notification for us 8 weeks ago, when I was banned. I'm going to play the video in its whole, because you know what? Nothing in this video is copyrighted.
Damn, I messed up. We gotta go bald, bro.
I better not get copyrighted for playing Beethoven or Mozart or whoever the hell this is.
Oh, well it be. It appears I've made a mistake. We must shave all the hair off at once. By the heavens, no!
Sarah, this Wi-Fi calling from T-Mobile is the best. Yeah? I can talk from anywhere in my mansion.
I already have it. You sound great in my hydroponic kale garden.
Reception's great in my subterranean petting zoo.
Crystal clear from my trophy room.
All clear in my figure skating basement.
Sounds great from my underground delivery room. Sorry, it's a boy.
Well, I'm under my house with a rabbit.
Sounds great from my underground.
Pardon me, madam. I am terribly sorry for the fact that I am on the phone while you are doing something so painful and incredible. I can confirm that the gender of your child is a boy. There's people on the right wing constantly say that's meant to say, sorry, mom, your child is a boy. Trying to say that men are bad. Where is the sort of context for that? Like, is there any confirmation that she means that men are bad? So there are two things I possibly could have copyrighted got copyrighted for. And by the way, it actually gave me a company that owns the copyright for this, Junkin Media. So the two things could be the classical music. If so, then I can't be taken down for that, because classical music it's not classical music that's been made recently. It's classical music that was made at the time where classical music was the sort of norm, I guess. And back then, copyright was not a thing. So Beethoven, Mozart, etc. And I know I've said this a couple of times because my videos keep on getting copyrighted for classical music, but because copyright didn't exist at the time that those songs were around, you can use them and no one can do anything about it. They aren't copyrighted. The other thing could be I think it's T-Mobile ad that Sarah Silverman did there. I can't be taken down for that because it's a critique. I'm critiquing the ad. And even then, I mean, people who, talk about how bad the ad is, nothing happens to their videos, but I actually defended the ad and it got took down. Explain that. I'm going to play the entire thing despite the fact that, the only thing that really could be is the very start, because there's, two... the last video, there was 2 sections to this. First one was about Bill Gates' laugh. The second one was me reading an article, the same way that Marcus does on a second channel. Just, I'm terrible at it. And this will take a while because it's on for 8 minutes. I think I thought it was more, to be honest, but I do give an opinion towards the end about the Me Too movement, and I disagree with it now, so don't attack me for what I said then, because this video was a year old.
.com looked tiny.
That's going to be bad fun. And then disclosure on... So, his laugh sounds the same, just as Brit's laugh sounds more psychotic. I had these 2 articles, and the articles are a couple months old, but the only reason why I didn't get around to recording them back then is that I saw them on my old phone, and I don't have anything on that other than Spotify. I just kept on forgetting to record these, so here I am doing it now. I watched Only Fools and Horses for the first time. I was just mortified. I've seen the first episode of Only Fools and Horses, and there wasn't really anything mortifying in it. Not even from a left-wing perspective. The show was crap. wasn't really that funny and there wasn't anything offensive in it. I was approximately 30 seconds into the episode when I gave up hope. Now, by gave up hope, do you mean that you watched 30 seconds and just said, no, this is so offensive, oh my god, wow, so bad? That's stupid. You need to watch the full episode. Like, I will watch an entire episode of a show, and if I know I will like it, I will continue watching it till the end. He says, I've done that for Fargo. Season 3, which was crap. Nothing happened until an hour in, and the episode was on for an hour and 5 minutes. And that was only to say it was a disaster from the start would only be minutely unfair. John Sullivan's upbeat soundtrack playing over the bustling markets, old school pubs, and other dim yet colourful shots in 1980s London was a first-class introduction. The iconic Free-Wheel Trotters fan panning out over high-rise council estates based in Peckham that were actually in Acton set the scene for a vibrant, charismatic comedy. And in many ways, I am sure it is. But watching what is arguably London's and even one of Britain's most loved comedy of all time, I expected to never be left without a smile on my face. Instead, I was never left with one. As for being the best British comedy, no, the best British comedy would probably be the IT Crowd. Hell, Lad Babble put out a thing saying that according to science, it was the funniest British comedy. Anyway. Starting Series 1, Episode 1 with jokes at the expense of black people immediately sets the sinister tone for yet another racist and sexist show. Well, then you're not gonna like Fawlty Towers because the whole... I don't know about Only Fools and Horses, but Basil Fawlty is a racist character played by John Cleese, who isn't racist. Like, John Cleese playing this racist man is him making fun of racists. And I bet you it's the same for Only Fools and Horses. In fact, I know it's the same for Only Fools and Horses. Granddad's inability to pronounce a black man's name is unkind. Well, I mean, I guess the whole point of that joke is that he's old. In fact, he's so old that he was in his middle ages when... Wait, this is Brendan I'm going to say when black people got rights, but that was a bit different. But you get my point. He's old. You don't know the stereotype that old people are racist? And I find it more in the fact that it turns out to be another black man they're talking about is even more so. Make all the excuses you want, but free men saying such things is completely uncomfortable and unnecessary. And the discrimination only grew worse. Old dog and some Chinese tartar list a couple of phrases used to describe women. But not for the faces, of course. Chinese, Japanese, all same made up with ads. Well, I'm just going to assume that what that line meant was that Del Boy finds Asian people attractive, whether they be from Japan or China. Like, that's a... What he's trying to say is that he doesn't see nationality, which is what you want. More racism, it's not racist. But at this point, am I even surprised? Of course, many will rush to defend the much-loved show, including some of the stars themselves. Sue Holderness, who played Marlene, has defended the show. In 2018, the actress who played Marlene told PA, there have been people saying you could never make Only Fools and Horses now. That is true. You could also never make The Thick of It and The Office now, because people will be too offended by the fact that The Office, not so much for the UK version, but the US version still has a very big cultural impact. Just look at all the TikToks of The Office. Anyway, it was racist. It wasn't remotely racist. Dylan, Rodney, and all that community. There wasn't a racist ounce in their body. use this as evidence all you want, but we are talking about the same woman who said while she supports the Me Too movement, she feels sorry for men nowadays. Wow, oh no, what a sexist woman. She feels sorry for a group of a couple billion people who are being persecuted just for their sex. Like, this whole narrative that all men are secretly rapists, they just need a fucking trigger. Like, this isn't a Sacha Baron Cohen movie. The very first episode, Dell gave me a big hug, kissed me fondly, and pitched my arms, and nobody took any offense to it. She said, except Boise, who looked beggars. And every time we met, that would happen. It's quite fun. Thanks for the insight, but I think other women were impacted by the Me Too movement. May say otherwise. Granted, all the humor in the episode isn't at the expense of racism and sex. Well, I mean, the whole point of the Me Too movement is women looking for attention, so they go out and say, oh yeah, this big celebrity raped me and shit like that. Like, started with Harvey Weinstein, which is fine, because fuck that man. And then it got to Kevin Spacey. But there's no evidence. Then you single-handedly destroyed House of Cards, the best political drama out there. And I'm certainly not expected. With respect, anything that comes out of cocky, uneducated Bellboy's mouth. So, while I don't condone or justify attitudes for simply being back in the day, I think the writer of them made a much more enjoyable series written today. I think the last thing that came out of Only Fools and Horses was Red Newsday sketch from 2013 about David Beckham and Peckham. Like, it's on BBC's YouTube channel, just search up Beckham and Peckham and you'll find it. And you think the Fleabag is better? Fleabag is crap. Only Fools and Horses is crap and Fleabag is crap. Fleabag is better. It's funnier than Only Fools and Horses, but it's still crap. Fleabag was only good for the first minute and 20 seconds, and then that bit where she jerks off to Obama. That was it. Yeah, so as I say, I don't believe what I said there about the Me Too movement. Anyway, it's blocked in Canada, because everything is blocked in Canada. Okay, this one I do admit is, yeah, I was sort of lying to myself and everyone else about this video, because, yeah, it is. I do use copyrighted material in it, because, like, at the time I was watching Modern Family or Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and instead of, pausing it or muting it to record a video, I would keep it on. I can hear it in the background, and I thought that, I mean, you can't tell what it is anyway, so it shouldn't matter. And then I thought that, they might have taken it down because it used the pizza song from Spider-Man 2 the game, which is ironic considering playing Miles Morales, but no, that is understandable for that one, but for the other two, it's just because I used classical music for the second one or for the first one, because I critiqued Sarah Silverman. Anyway, this is... I'm just going to add a bit to the Miles Morales review. That BLM stuff was cringe. This is Twitter, as of 17 past 5 p.m. You should try marijuana, that thing, DMT. Oh, okay. And ivermectin. I'm honestly surprised that iDubbbz has uploaded this. So, I think I might have talked about this before, but basically, ever since iDubbbz came out as a cuck, he has just gone around doing, in air quotes, interviews where he would go up to offensive comedians and be like, you need to cut that out, you're too offensive. This is coming from iDubbbz, of all people. And one of the people that he tried to call out was Sam Hyde. He like sort of went to Sam Hyde's office and just walked in, and he looked like a total pedo while doing it. He was trying to like almost sort of like, it was sort of like trying to do a prank but be serious at the same time. But the only the only funny thing about it was him. I worded that wrong. The word that Paul Joseph Watson used to describe it was that iDubbbz was trying to punk Sam Hyde, but the only person that looked like a punk was iDubbbz himself. And yeah, that is absolutely true. I'll see if I can get up some footage now. Before I do that, I just want to mention how I've been subscribed for Nerd City for quite a while. It's since like, I think, early 2019, I'm going to say. And the last video was 2 years old, and I was thinking recently, I mean, I don't want to unsubscribe. Like, they might return, which was sort of futile thinking, considering, it's been 2 years, but they did come back. Their videos are cringe, but, like, if you ignore the cringe, they are really good. Talking about how, say, one of the videos was Jake Paul calls himself a children's YouTuber, but in fact, we'll go with Lele Pons. She says that she's a children's YouTuber, but most of her stuff is about sex and all that. This footage comes from a video by Paul Joseph Watson on a second channel, Anything Goes. I just want to thank Paul for the video. I know that he didn't give me permission or anything, but I just want to give credit where credit's due. So on the left, to the right of the guy holding the camera, is iDubbbz. Look how out of place he looks. Like, Jesus. That video was 3 weeks old. So, at least 3 weeks ago, Sam said that iDubbbz was doing all this and showing how dumb iDubbbz looks, and iDubbbz decided to continue doing it anyway. Ever feel like an idiot? Just think about the time that I pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition of Aliens Colonial Marines. Finish the next Math Let's Script, big one, out on Valentine's Day. Now don't at me. I'm still playing Pokemon. Right. It hurt itself in its confusion. Cancer Moonshot will work to cut the cancer death rate by at least 50% over the next 25 years, turn more cancers from death sentences to chronic diseases people can live with, create a more supportive experience for parents and families. We will take Ukraine. You will do nothing, Opa. You will suck dick, Opa. I can suck my dick. For glorious Russia. In a traditional marriage, the woman is responsible for cooking, cleaning, taking care of the children, working and paying the bills, while the man is responsible for posting on Twitter. This meme's as of 5:26. I made an algorithm look at 1,000 memes on Twitter and then produce it, so this is what I got. I'm shaking and crying. 2022 is just beginning. I can't do this. This cannot be how 2022 begins. Goots. Romanticizing mental illness isn't okay. Let's sexualize it instead. The team pitching Euphoria to HBO. I'm gonna be honest, I dunk on Euphoria a lot. I haven't seen it. I'm just gonna watch the first 2 episodes later, so that I won't be hypocritical.